What? Aloha and blessings, aloha and blessings. I am your man, the spider. How are we all doing tonight? Miss Donna
You
Doc.
forgot the welcome in, welcome in.
Yeah, Miss Donna Doc. Aloha, sister. You gotta be more marble mouthed.
Yeah, I gotta.
Mr. Spider, how are you doing?
I'm gonna go smoke a cigar just so it sounds like
There
I
you
woke
go.
up with like shit coming out of my mouth.
I don't know
How are we
where
all
else
doing
he
tonight?
is.
Doing well.
And
Imagine
Amy,
another day.
Week's almost over. The week after a fucking holiday is always the worst.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Because it's long.
Although mine ain't been bad. I've been on vacation because I walked out of my job, so mine was pretty decent.
Well,
Oh, nice.
yeehaw.
So what happens when they schedule me on the floor with 20 patients as a CNA and then schedule me as the nurse too over the whole building? And I'm like, no, fuck y'all.
fuck that.
They're like, well, what are you going to do about it? It's like, watch this.
Hey, you like apples?
They're like, they were just like, there's nothing you can do about it. And I said, really? Called the DON and said, guess what? You don't have a nurse. She's like, aren't you there? And I said, I'm walking out the door now. You don't have a nurse. There you go.
Good. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck
Pretty
'em.
much. That's racist. Maintain racist. That's racist.
Fuck 'em?
I'm assuming he's talking. No, I'm assuming he's talking about your impersonation of Beast there.
Yeah, whatever.
You know what, Donna?
Or-
Go walk Tate.
It's feed Tate. As a person of the calories, he
Go
wants
feed
me to
Tate.
feed Tate. Go
I
feed
can't do
Tate.
it.
We don't need to take shit from an Aussie. You know, the fuck does flat out like a lizard drinking mean?
I'm sorry. I was buying A1 stock.
Oi,
There you
chill.
go.
No.
So apparently there's nobody backstage, and well, we're just, we're just.
Well, we
here
have
holding it
everybody in the
down.
front of house.
Yeah, this is it.
We got Marianne coming on in. Hello.
Yeah, we didn't get it back.
We need a joke. Niche Does Gaming. Hello. Welcome. Mr. John Ambler. The Maintain Rage from Down Under. This is pouring out for our friend. Then wait. The fuck? Oh no, I thought that was a joke. Mega was here.
I
Hello.
agree. Wholeheartedly.
I started reading it. I'm like, wait, there was no punchline.
I know it was no joke. It's a true statement.
Just
Yeah.
the way it is.
Oh,
I
you
agree
saw
with
what
Corey.
John Ambler gave you in chat, right?
Yeah.
I got something for you. This?
Yeah.
Wait, what did I do?
I don't know, but they're certainly not for me because John likes me, so it must be for you.
The
And I can't
best one
imagine
of
him
those,
doing that to Amy, so it's one of you two.
the best one of those ever was you remember when Dan Vask did the Star Spangled Banner and caught a bunch of shit for it? And he was like,
my apology.
he has his apology and he's like, I am so sorry. He's like, I should have been more sensitive. In fact, I have an apology. He's like, I wrote an apology. Let me get it for you right here. It's what's this? He's like, I don't fucking care. I was like, yeah. God bless you, Dan.
Ah.
Well, I
Not
mean,
me.
you know, it wasn't even the full Star Spangled Banner. It was like one verse. He caught shit
Well,
for
That is
one
written.
verse.
Hello to Mojo Brothers.
The one and only.
I exist.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't
John,
think he
we
would
had
be
breakfast
stupid enough to
together. How
cheat on
dare
her
you.
in his own garage. You know, I could be wrong, but
Yeah, you should see her boyfriend.
oh, see, there you go. She told me he was hot.
Yeah. His name is Jerome. And anytime I work overtime at work, that's really who I'm with.
Sweet. There you go.
It's the way it works.
There's usually at least one Christmas present I'll put like from Jerome.
Jerome has been my boyfriend for many years.
Well, that's cool. I never got anything from my boyfriends. So. Just because my ex-husband was cheap. Corey's posting on YouTube and he's like, oh, y'all are back.
So how did did you fire up this channel, Donna, or?
Yeah, well, since they wouldn't give Sal the one that was listed under quote unquote his name, this one is now under my name.
But are you still fighting that, Sal?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I'm sending direct messages every day.
Yeah, I'm assuming it'll
earlier
work
this
its way
week.
through the ether eventually. I mean, it just seems like it's taken months. I know you and I were talking a little bit about. It seems like it's kind of heating up because some of the other channels are getting hit for weird shit.
It's getting, it's just getting ridiculous at this point. It's got to come to a head. It's like,
Yeah.
How much is it going to take before the volcano erupts?
Yeah, it will. It's gonna hit. It's gonna hit a big. If it hits like a, one of the bigger channels.
It has
Not
been
huge.
hitting some of the bigger channels, but not like Gary big, but it's been hitting
No.
bigger channels.
Right, but if it hits like a Gary or a Drinker or a Mudahar or one of those guys, like it's gonna be a fucking problem.
Well, Gary's stream got taken down the other day.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, it was. I think that was a gun or something, right? They said
It was.
firearm.
He showed an AI video that had a gun in it, and his stream got taken down.
Yeah,
which he should have known better because that's what happened to Jay.
I was just gonna say he should know because that's what happened to Jay with fucking Megatron. Well, I know the Megatron was the second one.
Yeah, Jay showed the clip from Virginia of the guys with the guns, but it was on it was on a news channel.
Yeah.
But he got struck for it anyway. And then the next day he showed the midget with like no hands firing a gun.
That's right. Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, you deserve that one, Jay. It was the very next
we got
day.
one here. Joke time. What does a math book wear under its cover? Algebra.
Corey, you're killing me, man. I mean, it's good. It's terrible good, but
there you go.
That was like a terrible joke.
So I wonder if Beast accidentally fell asleep because he was texting a little while ago.
Food coma.
Good have.
Chat, what do you think? Where is Beast? Just load up the chat. Tell us where you think he is.
There you go.
He could be at a pizza parlor, an A1 refinery. Come on, let us know.
Spider will pay you $1 for the best answer.
Yeah.
Actually, personally, I think Dole called and said that the canning of the pineapples was backing up and he had to do an extra shift.
I don't know where he lives, but that plantation's sort of in the center of the island. I don't know if you've ever been there. So it
he
takes
said he's up. He said he's up in the mountains.
Oh, well, then he's not far from there then.
Yeah.
Because the plantation's kind of in the middle.
Yeah, that's how I started talking to the Beast. Was I checked on him one time when it was flooding.
You're too nice.
I didn't know that here lately the island seems to flood pretty much all the time.
Yeah, well, it's like one of the rainiest places on Earth. The windward side, anyway. The leeward side gets like nothing. It's bizarre, man. Like even Maui, like Lahaina, it didn't rain for like 6 years or something. Hence why it was so dry, and the fires went ape shit. But then when you're on the windward side of the island, it's just like jungle, and then the leeward side, look, like no shit. The Big Island looks like Eastern Washington or Eastern Oregon. It looks like high desert. It's fucking weird. And then you get on the other side, and it looks like fucking Jurassic Park.
So explain that to me, because you say I'm not familiar with that. When you say Oregon, Washington, when you say it's high desert, is it like not plains, but like plateaus?
So Eastern Washington and Oregon, and the terrain's a little different, only because we have the channeled scablands and they don't, which is like a sort of like a mini Grand Canyon. Like if you know anything about geology, the Columbia flood basalts, they're one of the largest volcanic eruptions in the last 300 million years or whatever happened, where the basaltic lava just kind of oozed out of cracks in the ground, similar to the Siberian traps or in Russia, or the Deccan traps in India, if you're familiar with that. Low silicate lava just kind of oozes out and just makes these layers, and then it chips. It's really weird, man. When it erodes in like these like hexagonal pillars. It's bizarre. Anyway, and so yeah, Eastern Washington is, when we say high plateau, like I don't know, it's like a couple thousand feet. It's not crazy, but fucking rage. Yeah,
That's what you get.
Your
If you ask a
geology lecture.
question, you're gonna get
Anyway, because of the Cascade Range, so there is a rain shadow. So on the windward side, which is us, it's Seattle, rains all the time. Whatever you get on the other side of the mountains, it's quite dry. It's high desert. I think like Colorado-ish. You've been to Colorado? It's kind of, or like southern Idaho. It's like that, with the exception of, like I said, there's gorges. It's all brown grassland. But then you get in, and then there's like desert. So then parts of it are sort of like Southern California, where it's just tumbleweeds and cactus and just kind of nothing. Yeah, the further towards Idaho you get, eventually the desert. Well, it's weird. Close to the mountains, it's kind of that grassland, high, like sort of steppe or plateau, and then it transitions into a more desert where it's just like rocks and sand and cactus and tumbleweeds and shit. And then eventually you get into what's the Palouse. That's where like Washington State University is. That's called the Palouse, and that goes over into Idaho. It's part of the Snake River Valley, or I guess technically geologically, which is technically part of the ancient calderas from the Yellowstone supervolcano, which kind of make a big arc. That's why there's that.
Why did you ask for explanation? Why?
Anyway, because it's volcanic, because we have so many volcanoes, that's why the farming is awesome, because the soil is fan-fucking-tastic, and you have the Columbia River, which they dammed like crazy, so it irrigates everything. So it'll be like desert, 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 and then green because it's fields, and then desert, 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 and then they're growing shit in the middle of the desert because there's water everywhere because they're irrigating with it, because the Columbia is dammed from here to all the way up to fucking Canada. Also, Hanford's over there, one of the most radiated places in the country, right here in Washington, over in the desert, on the river. But it's where they made the plutonium for Fat Man. The uranium for Little Boy came from Oak Ridge in Tennessee. But
I don't think Spider was ready for that much intelligence.
I'm trying to gather it all. Wow, that was
basically on the Puget Sound side of the mountains. It's green and rainy, and there's mountains and forests and lots of hiking and water.
Yeah.
East side, desert.
Yeah. And that makes up 2/3 of the state. 2/3 of our state is like high desert. It's weird. Everybody thinks green and like the rainforest up in. Yeah. Well, and we're kind of in a shit situation because the Olympic Peninsula, like the Puget Sound, kind of cuts through the two mountain ranges. So there's the Olympic Mountains and then the Cascade Mountains. Cascades eventually turn into the Sierra Nevada, like Mount Shasta and shit. They go all the way down to Mexico and down to South America, become the Andes. That's that range. Well, technically it's the Rockies, and they sort of connect. Anyway, same thing. But like the only temperate rainforest in North America is here. It's in the Olympic National Park up on the peninsula. So we have two mountain ranges, and sometimes the clouds or the weather systems will get kind of stuck in between, and that's why it rains for days, sometimes like months. Will just no stop. It just rains and rains and rains because it's got nowhere to go. As long as there's a high pressure system, or excuse me, a low pressure system that's not moving, it's got nowhere to go because there's mountains to the west, mountains to the east. They can't get over.
And that's why the rock scene in the 90s was so angsty.
Fuck yeah. I mean, it's because 6 months out of the year, it's just gray because it can't go anywhere,
Mhm.
There's a lot of depression around here.
Yeah. That's why all
But
the
it's
serial killers come from
so pretty here. And we literally have every climate just within a few hours, which is when you take out all the taxes and all the terribleness of Washington, it's geographically, it's very beautiful.
It sounds, beautiful, and then you take the politics out of it and everything like that, and it's still
Yeah.
the whole West Coast for the most part, because California,
man.
there's nothing like that
Mm-mm.
nowhere else in the world,
Mhm.
and it's just a
No.
shame what those places have become, like restricting people from going because of the stupid ideologies and shit like
Yep.
that.
Mhm.
Yeah, when we move, we're not staying here. That's for damn sure. Which sucks.
Well, where are you planning on going?
Florida, Texas, Tennessee is kind of where we've been looking.
Cool.
Oh, man,
Tennessee's been
that's a
having
lot.
some messed up weather, man. They've been getting a lot of tornadoes and stuff.
Yeah, that's the downside. But we got earthquakes and
Mhm.
volcanoes. Volcanoes, I mean, that shit's rare, but there's not much you can do about it. And then we get the occasional subtropical cyclone that rolls in off the Pacific, which is gnarly. I mean, they're like a hurricane, but we get them rarely. They are cool. I mean, we lived in a third floor apartment up on a hill, the last one. If you want to, you can read about it. The Hanukkah Eve storm of 2007, I think 130 some mile an hour. I took a fucking Heineken bottle, threw it off my deck, and it went up and just took off. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'm weird.
Were you waiting for the yell of somebody from the distance?
Yeah. Thanks.
Oh, we got another joke. What do you call a cup of coffee with a sixth sense? Deja brew. All right. Yeah.
That's cheat. No, see, that's cheating. That yeah. Boo. C+.
Wow, rough crowd tonight, man.
Yeah.
You allow the Robbins to move to Florida. There you go.
Gatekeeping?
Well, there we go.
That's all we need.
Yeah, I snuck in. She didn't realize I was coming. I didn't tell her until I was already here.
So what's a good part of Florida to look at, actually?
I'm in Winter Springs, just above Orlando. 5% cheaper than the rest of Florida. Low crime rate, nice neighborhoods. I mean, I like where I'm at.
Isn't Orlando really blue though?
Oh, I don't pay attention to people, so I don't care. I live in my own little world and I do my thing.
Yeah.
Go to Punta Gorda.
Punta
You can
Gorda.
go to move to Polk County with that sheriff everybody likes.
Oh, Grady Judd. Yeah, that'd be
That's
awesome.
where we should go.
But that's inland. So correct me if I'm wrong. Inland, I'm assuming you don't get onshore flow, so it's going to be hotter, right?
It doesn't really feel that bad here. I usually get a really good breeze.
Oh, okay.
No,
Honestly, Virginia was the same heat and the same humidity, but we didn't really have a good breeze and we had all the concrete everywhere. So it actually felt hotter there than it does here.
Okay.
So, the humidity, you're going to get that. I'm sure that's coming. Bruce Wayne, I think, lives in Tampa.
I've heard people say they like Tampa, or Tampa, Clearwater, all that whole area. St. Pete.
Yeah.
And then the Florida. Jeremy's up in Floribama, I think. Right.
Yeah, he's way up, almost near the border.
Yeah. I've heard people say that's nice too. Yeah.
Yeah, where he is, it's supposed to be beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only call it Floribama, but whatever.
Yeah, he basically pretty much just moved across the border.
It's Red County. Okay, good. That's what
Polk
we want.
County? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. I think that's where Jay moved out around Disney Springs. He's about 5 minutes from Disney Springs. And there's a lot to do there. You're not really very far from anything to do here, honestly. It depends on what you want to do for your downtime when you get here as to where you move. Are you going to be spending all your time at a beach, or do you want to do the amusement parks? or do you want like a nightlife?
No,
Probably none of
You don't
that.
want to go to Little Cuba?
Beach is fine.
we're a little too old for the nightlife action.
And the amusement parks. I don't know, man. The amusement park thing is like just does not like cruise ships.
Well, I mean, I don't normally go to ride the rides. I like to go and walk around in the evenings and stuff. Just to people watch and do whatever. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I
But
didn't
they
even
also
think about
have,
that.
even if you don't go to like all the big stuff, there's a bunch of littler things to do around here. You know, plus you have, like I live near Sanford, and they have like a water park that's got like a miniature beach, things like that. So you don't have to go to a full blown beach. You don't really actually have to go that far to reach, you know, a coastline pretty much. I'm not really that
Sure.
far from the beach.
Yeah.
So it would depend on, but then again, I don't get hit as hard with the storms and stuff when they come in off the coast either.
Yeah.
So I'm sure Bruce gets it pretty good being in Tampa.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Hurricanes are gonna, but whatever. Every place has a thing, you know. You move to Texas,
Yeah.
it's gonna be tornadoes. So.
And then
Same thing in
honestly, like
Tennessee.
up where Jeremy lives this last year, it actually snowed for him.
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah, that's right. I remember him sending pictures. They had like a couple inches of snow. They got
Yeah,
more,
they blamed it on me.
They had more snow this year than we had. I don't know if you remember when we were having all that flooding and shit.
Mhm.
That it was like we were warmer than Florida and getting more rain and shit than Florida was getting. Like you guys were like in the 30s and 40s, and we were at like 62 in December, and like every river was flooding. It was bizarre.
Is that when you had the problems? Was it around December?
Yeah, it was in
I
December.
remember when you had chatted
Yeah.
about that and everything was
Yeah.
overflowing.
Well-
And you didn't know what it was
Yep,
happening.
both. So White River's just to the south of like maybe quarter mile south of us, and then the Green River's about 3/4 of a mile north of us. So and
Yeah.
both were flooding. So we were in the
We were sandwiched.
level 2.
Mhm.
Like it was not mandatory. They said you can leave if you want, but you have to have a bag packed and ready to go when we say go, because a couple of the levees started failing.
Mhm.
Parts of like just down the road, like I had to take different routes to work for a month because the roads are all washed out. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's all a
Well-
valley. Everything here is river valleys coming off the mountains. That's what it is, and that's where most of the unless you live up on the hill, then you're going to contend with it. So
Yeah, they gave me a bunch of shit when I moved, because I moved here at the end of October, and this year they actually had 25-degree weather with a 14-degree wind chill.
ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, so that and
Where's-
it wasn't just a day; it was like a couple of weeks.
No,
So they
this,
blame that
the
on
weather
me.
in the
Yeah.
southeast this past winter was just ridiculous. I couldn't believe the weather we were having.
Well, I'm glad I moved, because the area that I moved from, it's the worst winter that they've seen in like 25 years. And right after I moved, they had 4 snowstorms in 2 weeks, and I'm like, nah, I'm out.
Yeah.
So
That's the only thing I think I would miss is when we do get snow, it generally snows quite a bit. I mean, everyone, if it's dusting or whatever, but we've had some of those where, we'll get a foot or two, and that's fun.
Really?
yeah.
Yeah. The ice storms we get sometimes, and those suck, but generally there was a Thanksgiving in 2006. No, not that one. The one when we lived on Hilltop. I think that was like 2011. It was Thanksgiving night, and it was a full-on blizzard, and just nobody went to Thanksgiving because it was like 50, 60 mile an hour winds, snowing sideways, and that winter was brutal. I mean, February, that's we got it snowed like a foot, and then we got a bunch of ice, like 1/4 inch of ice on everything. It was freezing rain for about 24 hours, and power line snapping and everything just coming down. It was crazy.
Graham was in the bushes cutting limbs back because they were all iced up, and they were about to rip the power out of our house.
Yeah, from the
And
power
so
pole.
he was in there cutting all these limbs and trying to get the ice off of the power line while working, because he worked for a refrigeration company. So everyone's refrigeration is going haywire because it's a crazy storm. So he's making like on calls, telling people to go to different grocery stores and stuff for refrigeration while he's in a bush in this insane snowstorm.
Yeah, on the roof of my shed, like trying to cut limbs. I'm like, okay, can you go over to the Whole Foods over off of blah blah blah? Okay, cool. Yeah.
Just so we could keep our power in our house.
Yeah.
I mean, it was crazy. So yeah, we get some fun storms. We usually get one good snowstorm a year that's not crazy, but just like enough that you get to stay home from work/school and get to play in the snow for like a day or two. And then it goes away and that's it. So nice. It's a nice area. Like I said, it just wasn't for the dang politics. I love living here.
It'll be also nice to get away from here before the Cascadia quake happens, because it's going to happen soon. Well, at some point here in the next, 0 to 100 years. But if you guys ever been in like a big earthquake, oh, it's weird, man. It's fucking weird.
There was a really big one in West Virginia about 10 years ago, and it was so big, which is weird because we didn't normally get earthquakes.
Yeah,
it was actually felt. It was felt in North Carolina.
Okay.
Where I was at in North Carolina, I'm like, why are they having an earthquake here? And they're like, no, it's the residual from West Virginia. It's an aftershock.
That's weird. I wouldn't think they'd have them over there.
Yeah, we have started having a lot of earthquakes. Tornadoes have gotten worse. And let me tell you, when a tornado touches down in Appalachia and starts ping-ponging off of, it's just like a pinball game off of the mountains. Yeah. And it just takes everything out until it dissipates.
Yeah, I know that they've like so there's everybody thinks Tornado Alley and then Dixie Alley. Typically, Dixie Alley gets storms earlier in the season. Tornado Alley gets them a little bit later, but the whole thing has been shifting eastward, and that's what you're talking about, right? Kind of just the frequency and intensity. Although I know we had the EF5 drought there from 2013 to last year, the Enid, North Dakota. That was the first EF5 in 13 years, which is crazy. Mm-hmm. But I would love to. I mean, tornadoes don't scare me. I would love to see one. It's cool. And again, you can run from a tornado. You can't do shit about an earthquake. You're just in it until it's over. Pretty much true. And it's weird. And it depends on where you're at, man. Down here in the valley, it feels like you're standing on a waterbed. If you're up on one of the hills, it's more kind of like up and down. Down here, it literally feels like it, which is bizarre because it's solid, like concrete. You're like, okay, that's weird. It feels like a waterbed for a minute or 3 or whatever.
And the closer you are to water, like if you are on, like live by a lake or something like that, it just keeps going because the ground, it's soft. So you're just sitting there kind of swaying for minutes.
Yeah, it's weird. When we do when Jay does his Astoria meetup, one of the places, I don't know what Jay's itinerary is going to be, but if you guys come up here and we do a meetup or whatever, one of the places I want to take you is called the Ghost Forest. It's out on the coast, and it's a part of I don't want gonna get all sciencey again here. You guys know about subduction zones? You know how earthquakes work and plate tectonics?
Yeah, to a degree.
So one plate slides under the other, and when they slip, that causes the earthquake, right? Okay, well, when that happens over time, it bunches up. So the ground actually it's not going anywhere, so it actually raises up. When it lets go, it drops precipitously. Right near the coast, there's a big stretch of forest that was once above water, and then in the last Cascadia quake, the ground moved west like 130 feet and dropped about 35 feet in elevation. Like that. So the ocean came in, salt water killed all the trees. Now it's a marsh. And they were like, there's like a whole dead forest. They were like, did the whole hillside slide in? Well, it didn't slide. It just went back to normal. And that was one of the indicators that they figured out that there's a triple fault. There's the Pacific plate subducting under the North American plate, but then there's another one called the Juan de Fuca plate, which is subducting under the North American plate also. They have what's called a triple point. There's 3 plate fault boundaries just off the coast, and that's what's going to cause, they figure it could be anywhere from an 8.5 to a 9.5, and if that happens, you You saw what happened to Japan in 2011. It's going to be like that, you know, where the whole coast will just get fucking wiped, and it'll shake for, what do they say, 6 to 10 minutes of just. So.
And what's the ghost trail, or what is it?
So the ghost forest is that forest that was above saltwater, and then because the plate let go and fell, it's now, when it's not underwater, it's like a marsh. It's, you know, the water's only, you know, 6,
Like
maybe 3,
valley.
4 feet deep. Yeah, but it's right on the coast, and it's this. But again, they couldn't figure out. They're like, well, trees won't grow in salt water, so why are there all of these trees in essentially like a big saltwater bog? That doesn't make any sense. Well, it's because it was just a regular forest that then, when the plate let go, it moved west and down, and now is totally flooded. But it's crazy because it's just thousands of dead trees. Just, it looks like a dead forest. They're all just, you know, gray and desiccated, and it's eerie. It's cool. The other thing is, if anybody's got the time, man, if nobody's ever been to Mount St. Helens, it looks like Mordor. It's fucking wild to go up there. I mean, it's starting to come back. There's like little, you know, there's pine trees like yay tall now. You know, little flowers and stuff. But
I always wanted to scale a volcano.
How long ago was Mount St. Helens? That's been a while.
18 May 1980. And there's still, if you drive from Seattle to Portland, when you get down past when you're crossing the Toutle River, which is I'm sure everybody's seen it. That's the river that one of the Lahars came down, and you see that it's like a house, and it hits that bridge and just shreds, but it looks like a whole house in the river, and then it hits that bridge and collapses. That's on the Toutle River. Anyway, where it meets the Cowlitz River, there used to be this huge pile of ash, and they've been slowly it's everything that was dredged out of the river afterward, and they use it for fertilizer and other shit. And, you know, guys ride quads on it, and you got to be careful because it'll fuck up your engine and stuff if it gets ingested in it. The dust is not good for you or for engines or anything because it's pulverized rock. But there's still big ash heaps on your way to Portland and shit. It's crazy because, remember, it's weird. Everybody thinks, oh, Mount St. Helens, Seattle. It's way closer to Portland than Seattle. Yeah, I mean, if you look at video or photos from that day from Portland, downtown Portland, I mean, they had a perfect view of it. Now, it blasted northwest, or northeast, excuse me, towards like Yakima. That's why Yakima got buried in ash, because it blasted northeast. You know.
And Mount St. Helens is that's not the question I'm trying to ask. It's active, but you can scale it.
Well, you can scale any of them. Mount St. Helens is active, but yeah, well, if it's like active, no, they won't let you go up there. But like right now, it's quiet, so yeah, you can hike up. Shit, guys will take in the wintertime. They'll take their snowmobiles up there.
And like you could look down, like they'll throw the ring into the forge.
Yeah, I mean it's not like a Hawaiian volcano where there's a caldera full of lava, but yeah, I mean you can look down into the crater and the lava dome that's rebuilding. You can look down into it. Yeah, Mount Rainier is the one that so like there's Dawn, I'm sure they have like tornado sirens and that type of shit, or we have Lahar sirens, which is get the fuck out of the valley. Because that means that Mount Rainier, when it erupts, all those glaciers are going to melt, in a couple of minutes.
I bet. That's going to be a hot mess right there.
Yeah. So, yeah, the farm I grew up on is fucked when that happens because we're at the north end of the Ording Valley, the Puyallup River Valley, where the Carbon and Puyallup River meet, and my family's farm's like right in the middle. So the farm I grew up on is toast when that happens. But until then, it's very pretty, and we got a lovely view of the mountain.
And you can go up it.
And that's guys train for the Himalayas on Rainier. You're at almost 15,000 feet if you're going to scale that.
That's how much I know.
Yeah, no. So St. Helens, yeah, you can hike to the top of St. Helens. Mount Rainier, you need crampons, you need gear. There's rock climbing. There's it's the whole 9 yards. That's why people train for the Himalayas, because it's like the Himalayan conditions, just at about half the altitude. But you got to go over ladders over crevasses, and you got to have crampons, and you got to ice climb, and you got to do all that shit if you're going to scale. Scaling Rainier takes about not a brisk pace. You can do it in 3 days from is it Paradise?
Yeah, no,
Like
I
you
spent a
start-
couple of hours.
Yeah. Well, you can drive to Paradise, which is at 7,000-8,000 feet, and that's sort of like base camp where the guys that are going to summit. That's where they start. You can drive to base camp, and you're at like 8,000 feet. It's pretty cool. You can see Little Tahoma and and you'll see the climbers on their way up. That's pretty crazy.
That's pretty awesome. I just want to see the rainier fog.
It's fucking the craziest shit is in the spring or the fall when we get what's called an inversion. Remember when I was talking about how we have the Olympic Mountains to the west and the Cascades to the east? You'll get this thing called a temperature inversion where down in the valley or on the hilltops, it'll be, 55 and raining or 40 and raining. Up on the mountain, it'll be like 70, 80 degrees. There'll be people up there hiking in like shorts and a t-shirt in like January or February.
I have no rebuttal for that. I got to see it to believe it.
Yeah, it's very pretty. Mount Rainier is awesome. There's a hike. Is it Wonderland Trail? I think you can do a hike around the base of Mount Rainier. It takes, if you're going to do it like at a leisurely pace, takes about 10 days, 2 weeks if you're going not super fast. But people really like that. And then you're on the PCT for part of it, if you know what the PCT is.
Nope.
Pacific Crest Trail. That's the trail that goes from the border of Mexico to the border of Canada, and it kind of goes along the mountains. It's called the Pacific Crest Trail. Kind of like the Appalachian Trail, which I'm sure Donna's probably familiar with. Sort of like the West Coast version of that, but at much higher altitude.
The
It's
one
very
that goes from Maine to Florida.
Exactly. Same deal, just from Mexico to Canada on the West Coast, and you're at a higher altitude. But yeah, you're on that for part of the Wonderland Trail. It's pretty neat. We went the last long period comet. I can't remember what the fuck it was called, Icon or whatever. We drove up to the junction of the Natchez Trail, which is an east-west trail that the Indians used, where it bisects the PCT. That's where we went to, because there's such bad light pollution here. We drove up there. It's called what is it? Pyramid Peak, I think is what it's called. Anyway, we drove up there to look at the comet, and it's crazy because once you get up that high and away from the light, I mean, it's like being out in the desert. You see the Milky Way, and it's there's no pollution or anything because you're high up. It's beautiful. That's the other thing is if you go to Mount Rainier, Spider, you camp up there for a night and see what it's like. It's fucking crazy, and you might see Sasquatch too. That's a thing you might run into also.
He's overrated.
More in the Olympics that you see that shit. I've never experienced any Sasquatch shit ever, and I've spent a ton of time in the Cascades. Not once have I heard anything. 3 times I've heard weird shit in the Olympic Mountains, and this was when I was, when I was older. I started spending more time up in the Olympics off a river called Hamma up off of Hood Canal. Oh, that's the other thing. Hood Canal, best shrimp you'll ever eat. And they're fucking, I'm not kidding, dude. Like shrimp, like huge. Fucking awesome.
I'm going to hold it to that.
Yeah. We're shrimping. Fun.
And I know in the West Virginia woods, we've heard and seen all kinds of crap out there. I mean,
fucking skunk apes and what's the Mothman? You guys have the Mothman, right?
Yeah, Mothman hangs out. Where's that? Where's he at? Huntington, I think. Where he's
Have you ever seen that thing?
No, but then again, I didn't really think he would ever hang out in the sports bar I was in. So,
Yeah.
He wasn't a mountaineer.
Having a 7 and 7, just smoking a cigarette. Like, hey, I gotta go work. I'll see you later.
Yeah. I don't think he was a Mountaineers fan, so he probably didn't hang out in any of those bars.
I gotta go haunt people. See you later.
Yeah, Hokie fan, huh?
Yeah, he probably is. Well, Huntington. Well, he would have been a Mountaineers fan if he was in Huntington. But no, I mean, the things that we saw were more like shapeshifters and things like that.
Well, we're talking like Wendigo or skinwalkers or what?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some weird stuff in those woods, man. They're like, you want to go camping again? Nope. Nope. The week we spent out there was enough. And it wasn't bears and it wasn't anything like that. I mean, when you shine a flashlight on it and you actually watch it shift before it disappeared. Nope.
Hard pass.
Nope.
Hard pass.
The Native American in me goes, nope, fuck you. I'm going to go home and light some sage and yeah. Go tell the powers that be that I'm sorry I fucked around in your woods. No.
I was just gonna say, Spider. I was reading that. Which are we talking about? The St. Helens Monument Museum, like at Johnston Ridge, or are you talking about the or the Swift Creek Museum? Which are we talking? I'm assuming that's what he's talking about. Oh, Mothman. Oh, Mothman. Oh, fuck. Okay. Is there a Mothman Museum and monument?
I believe there is.
Was that from the Silver Bridge collapse? Is that what the monument's for?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Because that's up where they hold the festival every year too.
That's in Ohio or something, right?
They have one in Ohio, but they also have one in West Virginia.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm still processing the fact you've seen a skinwalker.
I wouldn't, well, the thing is, 1, I'm a shamanic witch. 2, I do a lot of cleansing. 3, I'm a paranormal investigator, so I've seen a lot of hinky shit.
Yeah, I know. I know we talked about the other shit. I just didn't know we were getting into cryptid territory there.
Yeah, I don't really tell many people about that one because it takes a lot to weird me out. Because I can usually, I can usually debunk a lot of stuff. The vibe I got from that thing and the fact that it stared me down.
Yeah. Fuck off.
As it was shifting, I'm like, woods are all yours, dude. I'm out. I'm leaving.
Yep, I'm out. See you later. Well,
that's it. I've only run into 2 bona fide demons in my life. I've run into 1 possessed person, and that bitch was crazy because she actually enjoyed being possessed. Had a shadow man in my landlady's basement that I did a cleansing. Took me a week and a half to get it off the property. It took me 4 days to get it out of the house. And she went on a trip, and it took me 4 days to get it out of the house. I was by myself with that thing, and it manifested from the negative energy between her and her husband for like 2 decades of marriage. And it manifested and set up in the basement. And I remember when I got it out of the basement, I could feel it upstairs coming after me. And I turned, and there's a 6-foot shadow man standing on the balcony up by my bedroom, staring down from this faceless shadow. And I was like, oh, fuck, this ain't going to be a good night.
Oh, God, right down the spine.
Yeah. Yep. So, and then once I got it out of the house, I sealed the house, and then I had to get it off of the property. And it was 3 acres of woods. So that was some creepy shit going through the woods, trying to look for it to get rid of it.
Yeah, not on my bucket list. Not going to lie.
It wasn't on mine, but, it is what it is.
Well, you're doing the Lord's work.
Lord should have sent me some better supplies.
When you have a conversation, you ever heard of Watchers?
We'll just have to bring. I'm assuming that's Brian. We'll just have to bring Brian on our paranormal show with Rough Night and whoever else we have on.
Yeah, when that show happens, I'm just gonna sit back and listen because I don't know what to do.
Yeah, unless you've been around to see some stuff, like I said, we were at Old South Pittsburgh. It's a hospital that's been shut down for decades. It's in Tennessee, and it was like a children's hospital was the greater majority of it. And we went out there ghost hunting, and the people out there, there were 2 girls there, and we were in a common room that used to be like the activities room. And when we were sitting there, we were doing a Phasma box session. There she is. I'm talking about ghosties, Deborah.
Oh, don't scare me. Okay.
When we were doing a Phasma box thing, talking to spirits, and we had one of those green grids up, and you could see things moving in the grid. and this shadow man walked in, and they just froze and they were staring at it. And that was cool enough until what we call a wall walker came up behind the shadow man. And that's just like this creepy entity that's on all fours, creeping the side of the wall, cocked its head straight at him. And they just got up and walked out. We saved their stuff because we thought maybe they went to smoke or something. They never said a word. After about an hour, we went to turn the stuff in to the people that were monitoring the building. And they're like, oh, yeah, they left. They got in their car and took off. It was their first and their last ghost hunt, I guess.
Don't blame them.
So those wall walkers is where the Exorcist, when she's doing that, that's where they get that from.
They're creepy.
What the fuck?
Yeah. What the fuck?
Hello, Debra Perkins. Welcome.
Welcome.
She's like, what the hell did I walk into?
I know. I'm gonna have nightmares now. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
you missed the skinwalkers. You'll be okay.
Yeah.
I've never.
You need to have us. You need to have Amy and I on your paranormal stream one time. We've got some stories.
Okay,
oh my
we'll
God,
do that.
you guys do that shit too?
Well, not inadvertently, but yeah. I've done some shit, unfortunately.
Yeah, our old house had a lot of activity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And remember, I grew up on a farm that was, over 150 years old, so there was all sorts of fun barn spirits and things.
And then you get the travelers that kind of pass through. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my stars! I think it's
John.
Very interesting. It's just I don't need to experience it. It's okay to hear about it, but I don't need to experience it.
It's really not as bad as people think it is, unless you just hit the wrong kind of entity. There's not as many demons and stuff out there as people think there are.
No.
That's what I was going to say. Luckily, our old house was very friendly, and the things that did happen were annoying, not scary.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it would surprise you when you saw something, but you didn't have like fear. It was more creepy.
Yeah, it was benign spirits.
Yeah.
There's a couple
But
of
now,
them.
to be fair, one of the nursing homes I worked at, that we did have a wannabe Wiccan goth Wiccan who went upstairs with a Ouija board. And
fun.
She called quarters, and she called in. Does everybody here know who Zozo is?
No.
You're fucking kidding.
I know Bozo.
No, she said that, or are you asking us?
Well, that's who she called in.
Fucking no.
She went up there, and for the people that don't know, the movie The Exorcist was actually based on a true story about a little boy in the 40s who played with a Ouija board, and he summoned a demon named Zozo. They changed the sex of the person, and they changed the demon so people wouldn't try to summon him. But when one of the cast put out an autobiography, they used the actual name of the demon in the book.
That's why it's on the cover of Led Zeppelin 4.
So all of these horror movie buffs like to get a Ouija board and see if they can summon this demon. And she did, along with a whole bunch of other crap she brought into this facility.
She's in a nursing home where poor, sweet little old people are dying?
Yes, ma'am. We even had people, because I worked the Alzheimer's unit. These people didn't even know they were on this planet anymore. They would come out at 3:00 in the morning saying that there was a man sitting at the end of the bed staring at them. And they would even tell me his name by name. Yep. And there was no reason that these little old people should have known that name.
Yeah, that's pre-internet shit, man.
Wow.
Pray the rosary tonight.
That wannabe Wiccan shit. I'll tell you a story sometime. There was a gal. The only two demons I ever met were when I was like a teenager, and one of them was because of a goth wannabe Wiccan chick in junior high. And I'll tell you the story sometime. But yes, that is fucking people.
Yeah, corporate. The administrator and the DON and the ADON had went upstairs to do a ghost hunting thing because I had been running paranormal tours up there on people's breaks and stuff, and they knew I was doing it. They didn't have a problem with it. But they found the circles she had drawn on the floor in oil and had asked me what they were. And I was like, somebody's been summoning stuff they shouldn't be summoning. And they wanted me to clean up her mess. And they're like, what's it going to take to do this? I'm like, that depends on how much you want to tell corporate about what you're doing up here. So, yeah. When I went up there and I closed the portal, but the night that I did, we've got some film of like, I've got a couple of pictures of like doors shattering and windows shattering when I closed the portal.
Okay.
All right, Debra, pick another subject.
I was late to this. I was late.
You know, I'm going to be sleeping in the corner.
There, Deborah.
Listen. Hi, Graham and Amy.
Night, Corey.
Hello. Hi. Thank you so much for having me come on. Donna, I swear, I thought you even said 8 Central. I've been ready since like 4 or 5 p.m. And I ran out to, get something. And John Ambler texted me and said, "Did you forget? You're supposed to be." I said, "No, it's at 8 o'clock. He goes, I think that's Eastern time. And I went, oh my God. Seriously. So I'm so sorry. It's so rude.
Yeah, she ignores my text about where are you, but she'll answer John.
I didn't even see yours at first. I saw his first. Anyway, I'm so sorry. It's so rude.
Oh, you're fine. We'll just make you come back and tell more ghost stories.
When I was a teenager, and I grew up in a small town, Paris, Texas, small town. So we had to be creative.
Paris, Texas.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we had to be creative with what we did. There's only so much what is it called? Boone's Farm Strawberry Hill wine.
We called that.
That was a favorite in college.
Anyway, so we used to love to go.
College degree.
We would go to old abandoned houses out in the country that somebody said was haunted. And we'd go out there and get all scared and scream and act crazy and go into cemeteries and all. We even had a Ouija board, but we were so stupid. We didn't even know how to make it. We thought one of us was supposed to. We couldn't even do that right. So I never experienced anything but just the boys, in high school scaring us when they knew the girls were going to do something. That's all I ever knew. So to hear that you all have really seen and experienced stuff, wow. I would freak the fuck out. Can we curse here? I'm sorry, Spider. I don't know.
It's called unfiltered for a reason. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Time for a cleanse, people.
Look at that. Look at the kitty cat. It's so funny when you said that, Zozo, because I've never heard of that demon ever. I'm so ignorant. But I do call my little 3-pound doggy, her name is Zoe. I do call her Zozo sometime, but that's ended right now. You are not. Oh, well, she's even gone now. I don't know. She was right here by me. So
now she's gonna be like, shit, I'm summoning a demon.
Because I'm telling you, I'd leave everything I own and run out.
Yeah.
I don't need to meet any of those things, people, things, whatever.
Oh, look, we're cheetahing in the chat. Cheetahs are the largest cats that can purr.
Oh,
that's true. No, I think that's correct. Yeah, because I don't think jaguars can.
I was gonna say,
I think they would be able to, though.
I can purr, but they're pretty bigger than me.
All the rest of them do the chuffing.
Yeah. Cougars and mountain lions, pumas.
All of them have the potential to eat me, so I don't get close enough to see if I can hear them purr.
But I love all the cats at the zoos. Those are my favorite.
They are very, very pretty.
Yeah. And the monkey.
John Ambler says, never trust them in a race because they a cheetah.
Okay, that was pretty good.
It's always been a goal of mine to race a cheetah. but realizing racing a cheetah, it'd probably run me down and eat me, so I can't do it.
Yeah.
Yep. The instant you take off, it's going to consider you prey.
Yep. Well, and Usain Bolt is also going to lose that race. So, and no offense, Spider, but you don't strike me as that
Fast.
Yeah, sure. We'll be charitable. That fast.
Say it. Go ahead. You just lay into it.
I was
Just
gonna
lay
say.
into him like he's Jay.
I was gonna say svelte, but whatever.
You'd be surprised that I was MVP track in middle school and early high school.
There you go. See, so
I was head
you were,
cheerleader in high school too, and you see me now.
right. See, and so you were only 1/3 as fast as a cheetah. So you die 1/3, quicker than
slower.
everybody else.
Oh,
Yeah.
To an extent, yeah.
Yeah.
well, we jumped.
But I want the line. I want a guy with a gun, and then I want us both to go.
Yeah. So Ted Nugent style.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that cheetah's not going to be behind you for long. You do realize
Yeah.
that, right?
Right. Yeah.
Offensive line.
Offensive,
That's
yes.
hilarious.
Offensive, yes.
Well, I guess.
Oh yeah,
Beast
the
is still
rails weren't
asleep.
even laid down today.
No, we never even got to the rails.
Where is the beast?
I think he
no
fell
one
asleep.
knows.
Wouldn't we all like to know?
I know, that's my friend. Oh,
We think he's curled up with this She-Hulk pillow with Rose Tico.
Yep.
They're probably
Yeah.
having a threesome, so
On an A1 hangover.
yeah.
well,
Put too much A1 on his pineapple pizza, and he's food drunk.
Food coma.
maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. John says he's busy romancing Rose Tico.
Yeah.
That's probably where it's really happening. He's curled up with a furry.
Uh-oh.
Well, the furry's curled up and purring.
Oh, Deborah doesn't like furries either, so
No, I killed them. So.
we even made a meme of her kicking
All right.
We made a meme
All
of
right.
her kicking a furry's ass.
Deborah woke up and chose violence. I like it.
Wait. So, Deborah, you were at MegaCon. How did you feel about all those furries? You were like going to go postal on them?
They irritated the shit out of me. I just don't get it.
I'm not attacking you. I'm just I
I
didn't
know.
know.
I just mean, no, I didn't. Well, there was an incident in the garage. The parked in the garage.
I want to hear this.
Yeah, but I did come home with my first ever black eye, black eye, and bruised ribs. But I got rid of them. I got rid of the furries. In Dallas last year, I had, what was it? John's in the chat. Oh, I had a broken toe and fractured ligaments in my foot.
How did you do this, furry?
Huh?
What did you do?
Are you just having like a furry fight club at these cons or what?
Hey, man. What happens at Fight Club stays at Fight Club.
No, I get it, but
She must have
Poor
been jumping
retards
furries in the
getting
parking
beaten
lot.
by Debra Perkins.
you got to remember, man, we live just south of Seattle where they had rainforest for like over a decade. So those fucks would just they would converge on Seattle once a year for like over a decade.
Wow.
And you could tell, man, you go up to Seattle for dinner or ball, hockey game or whatever the fuck it was, and it's like, what the fuck is going on? Oh, furry convention.
Yeah, but
I don't really see many here in Dallas. I'm in Dallas. I don't see them. It's all the other weird shit going on here,
oh, that's probably true. Yeah.
We have a decent amount of the like semi-furries, just an everyday public with just like the ears and a tail, and just a few things are animal.
Oh.
And they're just
Well, they're
walking around.
transitioning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, seriously, like some of the schools and shit around here, they put like a litter box because they were like, I identify as a fucking cat. So they piss and shit in a litter box at school. I mean, it's just fucked.
At school?
Yeah.
Yes.
In the
because they support their identities and they identify as a cat, and so like they'll have like a staff bathroom where there's just like a toilet, and they'll have a litter box in there so that those kids can go use the litter box.
Shut the fuck up right now. Are you serious?
Welcome to Seattle. Yeah.
So instead of going to detention, put them in a fucking cage. Right?
Exactly.
Well, no. That's inhumane, Spider, because they're people. It's like
no.
You said you're
like
not
that.
a person.
No.
Exactly.
No.
Fuck you. No, you get
can't
fucking...
have it both ways.
I need to go put them out of their misery because that's ridiculous.
Well, and are they eating cat food at lunch? Like, do they open a can of cat food and eat kibble?
A can of cat food.
Or...
If you're human and doing that in the lunchroom, I'm killing you.
Yeah, right. This isn't fucking District 9, man.
I forgot about that.
I'm too old for that shit.
Yeah. Sadly, that's not the weirdest part about living
my complex over here. That wears the furry ears and walks around with. She puts her cat in a one of those strollers and pushes it around. I'm like, one day I'm just going to lose control of my truck and.
Don't kill the kitty cat. It's not the
Don't
cat.
take the cat out. Just
the cat's an innocent bystander here, Spider.
No, I'm sorry. I mean, I'll back it. You know, I have a rear.
You can kill her. Just don't kill an animal.
That's my rule.
Debra woke up and shows violence. I love it.
That's my rule anyway. Oh my God, John.
Fucking people.
I know. Seattle is weird.
Where was that video from that Jay was it Jay that showed it, where the person was at the subway scratching on the door like a dog or something?
Oh yeah, see, that's
and then stood up and got on like a human. Yeah.
Yes.
It's stupid. I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
What were you saying about Seattle, Debra?
I was saying my brother-in-law travels all the time for his work, and Seattle is one of the places he goes, and one of the places he hates the most. And he just says there's some crazy folks in Seattle. Mm-hmm. There's some crazy folks up there doing weird things. And he didn't even know the term really furries at first, but he was saying there's people downtown where he has to go usually walking around dressed like animals and making animal noises, and they look ridiculous and crazy. Mm-hmm. And I just crossed the street only to find another one.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
What are they coming across the street and just got go?
I guess.
Packing up a fur ball. Yeah.
It's just
they were probably going to the same dog park.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, they have
human. Choke you, motherfucker.
They have human dog parks or human animal dog parks.
I'm out
here.
Stop that right now.
No.
Yeah.
These fucking people, and there'll be like some chick with a guy on a leash.
Yeah.
And he'll walk up and sniff other dog butts and like just. I'm not kidding, man. Like it's.
They have like puppy play dates, but they're humans on leashes in a dog park, and they go and they do like when the dogs do the tricks, they go like up and over the ramps and like through the tunnels.
It's like dressage, but for dogs.
I can't think of what that's called, but yeah, they'll like that type of stuff.
But it's people.
But it's people dressed as an animal. So here's the thing nobody wants to talk about. And since we're in Pride Month, I think we should talk about it. Yeah. All of this is a fucking sexual fetish. All of it is. Mm-hmm. It's part of BDSM fetish culture. And these people, they're getting their dicks hard, walking around on all fours with some dominatrix holding her leash, and then they go home and get fucked in the ass by her with a strap on. This is what I'm not kidding. They're sexual deviants that want to push this on people like it's fucking normal, and it's not. And don't tell me it's not, because there's no other reason you'd be a drag queen at a library telling, twerking in front of 5 and 6-year-olds and be like, no, I'm just educating. The fuck you are. No one wants to see your butthole. Like, I'm with Savvy posted a thing. I can't remember what it was. It was on Twitter. Can we talk about the butt fucking, please? Because that's, you guys go, oh, it's love is love. Yeah, except for the butt fucking part. Like, let's talk about that, because that's what you're really wanting to do, you know?
Well, why can't they just stay home and butt fuck? Why they got to dress up like
Exactly.
Because,
why do they have to announce it everywhere?
Because after the Stonewall riots in New York in 1963 or whatever that was, there was a big ass schism where part of the gay community said, how do we get, no, seriously, this is how it happened. How do we get accepted by the world at large? And one of the things they said was, we got to get the people that want to fuck kids and the pedos and all the people that want to fuck animals and all the really, really weirdos. We need to get them out, so that those of us that just want to butt fuck or scissor and taco munch, that's all we want to do, you know, we need to have our own space. So there was this big schism, and then they've been that excommunicated group has slowly been trying to sort of worm their way back in, and this is why the indoctrination and the desensitization for the children, because they know. Here's the other thing. And again, I don't have what you do at home, man. You want to fuck all the butts you want. You want to fuck 10 butts? Fuck 10 butts. I don't care. You want to scissor 30 other boxes? Scissor the shit out of those boxes. Have a fucking taco bar. I don't care. But do it at home. But when you get it into kids, and here's the deal, you're not going to procreate. You know you're not. Biologically, you're not. We can't throw science out. So how do you make more of your numbers? You get to the kids, and that's what it's about.
Yeah.
You know, you're the first person that's actually managed to keep Beast silent for an extended period of time.
Well, sorry, Deborah.
He's probably sitting there like, what the fuck did I walk into?
Something stronger than wine. Woo.
Yeah, start the conversation over again. I just got her.
Well,
welcome to be.
How far back
when a man and a man fall in love?
Nah. What's up, y'all? What y'all up to, man? I see Grandma, we were popping off, and I was worried, man. I was like, oh shit, man. We're panicking, trying to get on. Graham got this. Look at, he's on a roll over here. John, get the fuck out of here, John.
We understand your shift at the Dole plant ran late. They called us.
Oh, fuck. All right.
Wow.
So how far back do you want us to go? Do you want us to go back to the Ouija boards and Zozo? Do you want us to go back to the earthquakes? Or do you want to start with the furries?
I'm good, but y'all.
I can't believe you are.
Keep fucking going.
In the beginning, there was darkness, and God said, "Let there be light." And then there. Did you not want to go that far back? I'm sorry. How far back are we going?
I will admit now, when God said, "Let there be light," I was there to throw the generator switch. That did happen. I posted it on Facebook.
What is the topic y'all are on right now? What you guys talking about?
That is what we were on. We were talking about furries fucking in the
furries, butt fucking, and taco munching.
Very interesting.
We were talking about schools having litter boxes.
Yeah.
All the things.
Furious.
So yeah, we didn't even look at the rails. We didn't even consider the rails this week. They're still laying in the garage.
So by that rule of somebody going into the dog park like a fucking retard, I can roll up a fucking newspaper and smack them across the mouth.
That's the kind of questions I have. Because if you truly want to be a cat, like I said, shouldn't you be eating canned cat food and kibble?
Mm-hmm.
And shouldn't you only be meowing and never speaking a word? Like, are you licking yourself clean or are you taking a shower? Because if you're a cat, you're a cat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're halvesies. They just do what they want. And we live in a sanctuary city where all things are accepted and encouraged and provided to anyone who's special.
That's why I don't live in a sanctuary city.
Yeah. And then we've been fucking
on point right here. That's
we pin maps to the wall with 45 caliber pins. That's what we do.
That's the end game, Rage. He hit it right on the head. That's the end game, is to normalize it. So you go, well, it's just, if this is okay, then this has to be okay, because I just, love is love. Again, love is love. Forget the butt fucking. It's love. And if I love a little boy, who cares? It's like, well, mom and dad should care, which is, again, why they're trying to separate the kid from the parent and say, well, no, really the kid belongs to the state. You know,
there was actually a lady 3 or 4 years back. I think she was a psychologist who was actually trying to say that pedophilia was not a criminal offense. It was actually a sexual category. Seriously.
Yep.
She was trying to say it was a sexual category.
I got a big wood chipper I'd like to introduce her to.
That's pretty much what we all said. It was just like, nope.
I can't make it. You know, I spent 18 years and 8 months in Child Protective Services. Don't even.
I can't even imagine.
I mean, I saw some shit, but I never saw a cat litter box at a school or none of that. When you say that, Graham and Amy, like, are we talking high school, elementary, all schools?
Yes.
If there's a kid that wants it, they're gonna get it around here.
All they have to do is say, this is how I identify, and the district. So the Washington State, what is it? The WSPCA or whatever, the teachers union here. They make the curriculum, and they are 100% beholden to this just bonkers ideology, and it just gets further and further and further out there. And yes, their directive is, if a kid, here's the fucked part. They set this up and then don't tell the parents, because the kid goes, my parents don't believe that I'm a cat, and they say, well, we're supportive here at school. So this is how it came out. Is here a year or two ago, one of the parents found out their kid was shitting in a litter box at school, pissing and shitting in a litter box, and they were like, what the hell? And the school goes, oh yeah, well, they knew that you would freak out and blah blah blah, but we have a policy because you need to be and then here in Washington, you got to remember, this is the fucked part. If you don't support them, they can then petition the state to have them removed from the parents and put into foster care. There's a case going on right now of a gal who has disappeared. They don't even know where this chick's at. She's 13 or 14. Mom has been looking for her because they put her in foster care with what happened to be some transient lady who didn't even have a fucking fixed address, some lesbian or transgender / lesbian. I don't know if she's whatever, drug addict that was working for this whatever group or something, somebody's house or whatever, some outreach program,
something or other.
So they took this 13-year-old girl who thought she was a boy, removed her from the mom and the dad because they weren't supportive of her transition. This is just without the furry part. Put her in with this drug addict, homeless or transient person, and then she disappeared. And now they're like, was she sold off into child, trafficking? They don't know. And the state will share no information with the parent because they ruled it was child abuse for the parent to not affirm her gender. And so now the mom is suing in federal court. If you look it up, you'll find it. And
how did Washington get there? How did that even happen? I've never heard of anything like that in my life.
40 years of Democrat rule and champagne socialism and just lack of diligence on the part of the voters and the electorate really is how it happened. Because that's the thing. You get outside the city and most people here are pretty normal.
Yeah.
Like they are. There's a lot of conservatives here. The problem is King and Thurston County. Thurston County is Olympia, where the capital is, and then King County is Seattle, Bellevue, all that.
Oh, okay.
Pierce County is blue-ish. That's Tacoma, but it's still very working class and kind of hard scrabble. So it's blue-ish, but still, the Pierce County sheriff is still pretty hardcore Republican. So you still get some of that, but the problem is Seattle can determine, King County can say we want to vote one way and the rest of the state can go another, and there's nothing you can do about it because there's more people in King County than all the other counties combined.
Washington has talked, remember earlier we were talking about the east side and west side of Washington, we've talked a lot about wanting to divide it into 2 states.
Same thing in Oregon.
And have, east side be Republican because
Wow.
the east side wants to vote differently than the west side of the mountains.
It's the same thing with Oregon.
It's kind of
too,
crazy.
Right? Like both states wanted to break away.
But around here, your kid can go by a different name, a different gender, a different animal, a different whatever at school, and it can all be kept secret from the parents.
That kid is gone. I'm sorry.
Oh, I can guarantee that kid's gone.
Forget about losing sleep on ghosts. I'm going to lose sleep because my blood pressure's through the fucking roof now because of these fucking idiots.
Didn't mean to get you freaked out.
I've just never heard of that shit in my life. I've heard some shit, but I've never heard of that. The litter box at school. You know, and I only have one child. Of course, she's grown now. And never ever had a spanking. But I swear to God, today she told me she thought she was a cat and used a litter box at school. I would smack that ass and say, "No, you're not." No, you are not. But wow, that is so extreme, Amy. I've never heard that. Wow. Are you guys from that area, from Seattle?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's home.
It's home. Which is what makes it so hard to want to leave.
Yeah, I remember when all this stuff started, way back when they first started banning like spanking and stuff like that in the schools. And they also took away any rights of the teachers to discipline their class in any way because it was considered abuse. They couldn't even really send them to the principal's office because that was emotional abuse. And it's like, are you serious? So literally they had to let the kids sit in class and get away with whatever they wanted to do.
Yeah. I mean, I've always thought of Seattle very different, very, I don't know what the word is, but I have never, ever heard until tonight of litter boxes at school for kids who think they're cats. Ever. And okay, I'm just like,
Didn't mean to throw you for a loop there, Deborah.
Woo.
John's right. Parent-teacher conference. That teacher's not leaving the room.
I'm sorry, Spotter.
And it makes all this programming and whatnot even more insidious.
Yep.
Like all the little stuff you see that it's like, oh well, you know, like that normally you know people would let slide. Like it's even more fucking insidious. All this gay shit in fucking kid shows and cartoons and whatnot and what have you. It's
well,
like,
and beyond that, on a social level, it's also teaching the future generation that it's okay to hide things from people. It's okay to manipulate the system. We're teaching the wrong sets of values to these children.
Yep.
Right.
Well, and it doesn't help when your teachers are non-binary and when there's pride flags literally everywhere and they're wearing lanyards and things like that are rainbow, and it's literally every public school is just all about pride. So you can imagine how June is.
The one good thing about the hospitals around most of the East Coast is they don't let them do that, but it's simply because of, it's not just because they're gay or whatever. It's because they have a rule that because you take care of so many different religious denominations and cultures that we're actually not even supposed to wear crosses. I myself as a witch cannot wear a pentagram, anything like that. You cannot wear anything denoting a preference because it could offend your patient.
Yeah, that's how it was when I first joined the working world. You didn't talk about any of that kind of stuff because it was divisive.
We were talking about that today at work, how it needs to be all or nothing. You know, it's for the same reason. If you're going to have the 10 Commandments in front of the State House in Oklahoma, well, then the Satanic Bible, they get to put up their monument. Or nobody gets anything, but you don't get to pick and choose. It's the paradox of the left, like queers for Palestine. You guys really think they're hip to your cause, huh? Go over there, see what happens.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll buy your flight.
You know,
It's a
and
one way, by the way.
In Virginia, I had a chick harassing me because I wore a pentagram with a raven on it because raven is one of my power animals. And she kept trying to turn me into human resources. And so I, one, got her for harassment. And then two, I went to corporate and made them take her in the office and take her cross off because they had to inform her of the policy that there was no religious affiliation. So therefore, if I could not wear my pentagram, she could not wear her cross.
There it goes both ways.
Right.
Well, you know, I mean,
that's fair. Regardless of what you believe, that's fair.
If you would have just left me alone and let me do my job, but you had to wonder why I was wearing a pentagram and you had to poke your nose into my business after I asked you 3 times to leave me alone, then you're not going to like the consequences. And she's like, are you going to put a curse on me? And I'm like, I don't have to. Your life sucks already.
Yeah. Well, that's very strange for women to get into their other women's business. I find that very odd.
Oh, women are mean.
Glad to get the sarcasm.
This chick was a whole different shade of special. I mean, you know, she was just 3 shades of stupid because she would sit there and like if she saw me coming down the hall, she would turn and run at full speed and do a baseball slide under the nurse's station like she was trying to hide from me. And everybody's like, what the fuck are you doing?
It's probably the horns, Donna.
And she's, you know, it could be. It's probably the tail sprouting out of my ass, but, you know, they probably thought it was just a fart.
No. Well, Donna, I always want to be your friend, okay?
Till I take you on a ghost hunt?
Yeah. I tell you.
Well, it got to the point where she was actually mentioning it to the patients and the residents. And she told one of the residents who was perfectly alert and oriented that that she was talking to me and a crystal ball fell out of my pocket and rolled and hit her in the foot. And when she looked up, she said, I grinned at her and winked. And then I did the Omkars, like the I Dream a Genie, and did that little double blink thing. And then I cursed her when I did that.
Oh did you?
That is funny.
And the resident looked at her. She said, I'm not going to lie, honey. I looked at her and said, what the fuck is wrong with you?
That's some imagination to come up with that.
Yeah. So then I had to take her to human resources for all of the wild shit that she was telling the staff members and the residents. It's like, number one, I can bring in my crystal ball. I can guarantee you it ain't going to fit in my pocket. So it's obviously not going to fall out and roll and hit her in the foot.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought it was funny.
Show.
I thought it was funny because our executive director every year for Halloween went as a witch until we got called in there to talk about it. And she's like, yeah, I just don't understand. There's these rumors that keep going around that you're a witch. And I said, yeah, I'm a shamanic witch. And she just stared at me for a full 30 seconds, had no clue what to say. And then the next year, she would dress as anything but a witch. She never dressed as a witch again because she looked me in the face and she's like, oh, I thought you all were mythological creatures.
What?
like the centaur or the vampire.
Yes, it's like it's not like I have a horn growing out of my forehead.
Well, I mean, we haven't seen
They're on the sides of my head, Graham. They're on the sides. I have 2.
Yes, okay. I would assume. Yes. Okay, cool. Well, glad we've got that cleared up. See, you missed
I love Donna Hall. She's my best friend. Oh, wide world.
You missed a grapefruit belt high when she said, wait, she turned you in for being, you should have said, no, I'm not a witch. I'm a bitch. God.
Oh, trust me. Yeah, we cleared that up too. Because she's like, it's because she said something about she's like, what was it? She said something about Yeah, they were saying that you were a witch, and I don't mean the attitude kind. I said, no, because I'm a bitch. That's okay. And she's like, no, I mean spells and potions and blah, blah. It's like, yeah, I'm a shamanic witch. It's from a Native American line. And she just stared at me like I had 3 heads. And then she's like, oh, I thought you all were mythical creatures.
You all were mythical creatures.
Poor Deborah.
I know. I'm just like, whew,
you know, Deborah, for all the shows that you've had with Multi, it's nothing like this show here.
No. Multi doesn't share his, I don't even know what you call it, his talent, I don't even know what you call what you guys do. He doesn't share the stories.
His beliefs?
His what?
His beliefs?
No, not his beliefs.
Oh, no, he's psychic.
His abilities.
Yeah, he's psychic.
Yeah. And he freaks me out. And it's on phone calls, and I'm going, I didn't ask for all that. I didn't ask for, because, I mean, he says some weird shit. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm either going to have to drink so much I pass out cold or just stay awake all night. I don't know.
Yeah, John, the medium stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, the medium stuff, John. John knows. And
you know, that's just like, I was on a phone call once. And this guy wanted us to cleanse an attachment that he had. And I was just sitting back listening while we were on a messenger service. And this entity came to me and told me what happened. So when he was rambling on his story, I just broke in. I said, so who's Carla? And the people that I ghost hunt with, they just went quiet because they knew something freaky was about to come. So they just sat back and, yeah, let's see what Donna does with this. So he said, how'd you know about Carla? I said, well, you tell me how you know Carla. And he's like, oh, well, she had the hots for me once, but it didn't work out, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, let me tell you what I'm being told. You had the hots for Carla. Carla was in the occult. So there for a while you were after Carla, you were into the occult. When you got Carla pregnant at the haunted house that you were working, and she told you she was pregnant, you looked at her and laughed and said, consider it something to remember me by. And you blocked her on every form of social media and you blocked her phone number. And he was like, how the fuck do you know that? I said, hey, I have my ways. And he's like, so are you going to take this attachment off? And I said, well, remember when I told you Carla was into the occult? He said, yeah, she dabbled. I said, no, she didn't dabble. She was actually really good at what she did. And that attachment that you have, consider it a little gift from Carla. And he's
that
like,
sounds like, oh my God.
Yeah, I was like, nope, that's between you and Carla.
That sounds like a
circus,
damn Netflix movie or something.
It was, man.
See, I'm seeing a missed joke there again when he goes, how did you know that? You'd be like, because I'm actually a process server serving you with child support papers, bitch. Boom! Suck it. You know?
You've been served.
That's way worse than any haunting. You
that's
know,
why we needed
what,
to
50 grand? Yeah. You like apples, asshole?
That's we need to road trip to Texas and kidnap Deborah, and we need to take her on a ghost hunt.
Don't we have them here? We don't have them in Texas. I don't know.
You have them in Texas. I can find you a ghost in Texas.
No, it's okay. Don't tell them my name. No. No.
You know, that's my friend. My friend had a demon in her house, and I brought my Phasma box over. She was drunk, and I'm like, "You really need to be sober when we do this." And she's like, "No, I want to do it right now." I turned it on, and before we even said anything, this male voice came through and said, "Hello, Anne." And she lost her shit. She's like, "It knows my name. It knows my name. It knows my fucking name."
Oh no! Okay.
Well, can we talk about
my best friend? I'm gonna just say.
Can we talk about the craziest ghost of all, the craziest spirit of all? the box office for The Mandalorian and Grogu?
That was one of the weakest
Sorry.
lead-ins, but we'll take it.
That was bad. Yeah, I'll commit seppuku after the stream.
Fair
I don't know
enough.
if you guys
Okay.
getting demonetized or kicked off again so quickly.
That's okay. We'll bring the Phasma box to the next stream. You'll still be here.
Was it out this weekend? Or last weekend?
It's
This
been out.
weekend? Okay.
So what was that? What was that drop officially?
The
I was
weekend
hearing like 70.
Yeah, it's really like 70, 71.
70.
Oh,
Yeah, it's bad. There was an article on Collider or one of those sweeping rags that was like, Mandalorian and Grogu avoid the record that the Marvel set for lowest Disney-owned box office for a major property. Like it was some achievement. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, yeah, that's the one. Well done, Spider. Well done.
Well,
listen,
you know, that's just like this weekend. They're going to lose how many thousands of screens because He-Man's coming out.
Yep, Masters of the Universe. And Backrooms
What
and
else
Obsession continue to expand.
What else is coming out? Is it Scream or Scary Movie or something?
Oh yeah.
Spider-Man, is it?
6.
No, I don't know.
6. Wow.
Yeah, this is the article.
They're all in defense of them.
Have any of you seen this?
Scary Movie. No, I refuse to see it.
Nope.
Yeah, me too. I don't care.
I
The
don't care.
people that have seen it, they said that it's just really boring. That like at one part, there's like half an hour of Grogu walking through the woods looking for like herbs and shit to heal, I guess, Mando. So it's just quiet. He's just walking through the woods looking for shit. You know, stuff like that.
Which is funny because the magic potion to heal Pedro Pascal, he could have just found any guy, spent 10 minutes jerking him off, and then he'd have the magic potion for it.
There you go.
Well,
The magic. Another Minions movie is coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Was that
Toy
number
Story
5?
in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, Toy Story 5 is coming out.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I
Minions and Toy Story always do gangbusters too. I mean, no matter what you think of them.
Yeah, first week or this one might be just a couple of weeks, but yeah, it'll do a couple $100 million in the first couple of weeks, and then they'll make their nut, and everything else is gravy. I agree with Rage. I think Mando's gone by the end of June at best, and they're going to dump it onto. And here's the thing: I think they may have known that this was coming, and they're just going to dump it on Disney Plus, and they'll probably pump some bullshit about, hey, you can watch season 1 through 3 and go right into the movie that was actually a season 4 that we retooled as a movie. And I've heard I haven't seen it, but I've heard it's very obvious that this was a TV show that was
And
retooled.
I think that's what it is I think they spliced the season together to try and make it into a movie.
100%. I think that's what happened.
Yeah, there's one
Well,
here.
we finally traumatized Mego. She's out.
Bye,
Night,
Meg.
Mego.
Yeah, I think Toy Story and the Minions will probably do the best over the summer.
You know what?
Yeah.
I am so grateful that growing up, young adult, middle adult stage, that movies were movies and they were good and there was something new. And there was no like, let me think of an old one. Well, The Godfather did do several, but I love the Godfather movies. But like, we didn't do things like Scary Movie 19 and 20 and shit like that. There were talented people, that could write new stuff. And
yeah, exactly.
I am so glad I got to experience that because today the movies just suck.
Yeah.
Well, for the last 10 years, the only reason I went to the movies was because my friend Boogie made me go.
Yeah. I went to the
He made me watch all.
I'm
He
sorry.
made me watch all the Star Wars sequels, everything.
Yeah. I went to the movies. Oh my God. I was at my daughter's. She lives in Fort Worth. And so it's a weekend trip. Like 2 weeks ago, maybe. Yeah. We saw The Devil Wears Prada too. It even sucked. I mean, it's like,
Did it?
yeah, I didn't like it at all. It was nothing like the first one. I wish.
Well, that's not really a type of movie. That's not really a type of movie for a sequel.
No, and it was awful. It was, but the funny thing is, it was like the same actors from the first one,
Mm-hmm.
but they were stupid, goofy, like, oh, Meryl Streep. I can't believe you agreed to do that.
Well, money sometimes makes you do stupid things.
I know. But anyway, where'd everybody go? Where'd everybody go?
I know, right? See, Graham brought up Mando, and they all ran for it.
I know.
Well, of course, the corporate shows is sweeping for fucking Mando, bro. They all are. Like, I mean, even look at I just seen a post today that Gary commented on, and they're sticking to like a 175 million budget for Supergirl, and all he said was, "So we're just not considering marketing anymore." Basically, that's what he said. He's like,
Yep.
"So I guess marketing is free now." And like the shows, like the people came out like fucking wide, and they're like blasting him and whatever. And it's like, you guys kind of be fucking serious. Like, you're gonna take the quote unquote fucking corporate media's word for it that it was 175 million, and that it only needs to make 315 million or whatever the number is to break even, which is fucking ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they were sleeping early for this movie too, but even now they gotta admit that it's nowhere near what the fuck it needs to make to break even. This fucking movie's gonna lose a ton of fucking money.
The only reason they threw it out to the theater was because they knew nobody was going to watch it as a series.
Well, I think this was I honestly think part of this was they put it on Disney Plus, whatever. They put it in the theater. I think this is maybe even a test run. Because you got to remember, but Star Wars Starfighter, I know it's got Ryan Gosling, but this is all pre-Project Hail Mary. So they're thinking, okay, if this does poorly, then they can reevaluate with Starfighter or whatever. Now, and it sucks. I don't wish any ill will on Ryan Gosling, but at the same time, I feel like he's such a bankable star right now. I think his star power might help. Now, again, that's not going to make or break a movie. If it's bad, it's bad. But they're definitely going to draft off of Project Hail Mary, I think, in his charisma and his status as a leading man. And I think that's really going to help, especially on the chick side of the audience, which is what Disney's been trying to do for a decade. But that's only going to get you a bump of a week or two, and then the box office is going to be right back in the shitter, I think.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I think this may have been.
You got this shill over here that's defending Starfighter in this new article. That a movie that hasn't even come out yet doesn't know anything. He's saying because of this failure, I'm going to break it down real quick, that it's going to make it better for the more important story that is Starfighter. That's like saying, oh, I had really bad diarrhea, so in a week I'll feel better. No shit.
Yep.
Pardon the pun. Yeah, no
right
shit.
Here
no shit.
Is what was the part where? Yeah, here it is. So one of these details in the film setting Starfighter is set 5 years after the events of the Rise of Shitwalker. This makes Starfighter the furthest set story in the entire Star Wars canon, meaning that it is set to break a new ground in nearly 50-year-old franchise. This automatically escalates the importance of Starfighter's story as it'll show fans a glimpse of what the galaxy is like after the sequel trilogy. Wasn't Mando and Grogu supposed to be that?
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, and then to Rage's point too, even if Starfighter is a great fucking movie, it's out of a zombie fucking franchise. Like Star Wars is essentially fucking dead. The Disney Star Wars, anyway. You know what I mean? So even if it's a great fucking movie, it's from a zombified fucking corpse. Like ain't nothing gonna fucking come from it.
No, I don't think so.
Right. You know, just let the old Star Wars be Star Wars and stop fucking with it. I mean,
they can't. They're pot committed. To admit failure means to admit that their ideology is flawed. To admit their ideology is flawed is to admit they were wrong, which goes against the ideology, which is that you cannot admit you're wrong. Because if you're wrong about this, this is why you never bend in the knee to these fucking lunatics. Because if you're ever wrong on one thing, it's bizarre.
Well, it goes back to dog parks, like you were saying with humans.
Mm-hmm.
We make fun, but it's like if you admit they're being wrong, they can't concede that fact.
Right. They're like Klingons. It's like the one thing, and no, you're doomed for life. You've brought dishonor on the movement or the whatever. It's like you must die. Like why? Like it's paradoxical that they're so hardline and can be so fluid in what they think from day to day. And then if you ever disagree with one thing, it's like, oh no, you were wrong. No, you're gone, man. We're perfect all the time. And that's the thing is you to admit you're flawed means you could be wrong every once in a while. If you're wrong every once in a while, so is everybody else. And if everybody else is flawed, then this worldview completely collapses. Because you have to hold competing ideas in your head. This is literally George Orwell's double think idea. I know he was a communist or socialist, but whatever. The lessons are still there. You can't do that. It's just not possible. It's not tenable on a long scale. Oh, we just haven't done communism right before. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
This is above and beyond anything trying to court a communist audience who think everything should be free. And in a capitalist system, you think that's where the money is. It's all tied together.
Yep. And this just drives the point home to what Reed said. It was a live demo when they bought it. They had every fucking opportunity to ride that wave, and you had to do the bare fucking minimum, and they couldn't even do that because nothing can come above the message. Nothing can outshine what the fucking ideology is.
I brought this up on your guys' Sunday stream with Cole Hauser and Darth Yeager. Or was it last night? Fuck, I'm getting all fucked up here. Anyway, I'm a lifelong Coca-Cola drinker. Can't stand fucking Pepsi. Star Wars was such a pull. I bought hundreds of cans of Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, whatever the sugar-free or low-sugar shit was, Mountain Dew, to collect all of the Star Wars character cans because I needed them because I wanted to collect them. And I fucking hate that. I can't stand that shit, but I bought them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you took that and have destroyed that. And the idea that you're going to replace that, you're just like, yeah, fuck these people, fucking chuds, and we're going to move new people with that level of fervor and sort of you're just going to spin a zeitgeist out of thin air. That's not how it works.
Yep. And you lost a lot too. It's like, well, like I said, I think it was on the first prequels of Star Wars one. Like, you lost the construction worker and the bike rider there with their family among all the fucking nerds on premiere night. Yeah, because that was my family. My grandpa was a fucking biker, came in full leather, biker leathers. My dad was a construction worker, literally came from work in his fucking work clothes, and we all stood in line to go watch the new Star Wars movie because they loved Star Wars.
Right.
And you've lost that.
That's the long-term damage, is like, I'm not teaching my kid to like Star Wars. And that's happening millions of times across the world. This is, Chris Gore talks about it. This has done this may be the biggest financial misstep in the history of Hollywood because you've done generational damage by not making people divided or no one even cares anymore. You've killed the brand.
Yep.
That's true. When we took so much of our past and so much of our childhood and adulthood, and we're willingly just burying it in the sand because we don't want anything to do with it anymore because it's so bad that we literally just don't care anymore. I mean, there's people selling off their Star Wars collections and stuff because they just don't care about Star Wars anymore because they know there's nothing else. It's done.
Yeah. I mean, Jaws, for anybody that remembers, Jaws was the first big one that I remember that was like sort of everybody was talking about it, you know? And then Star Wars and then on and on and on. To take something like that you've built, I mean, anybody that was around for when they did the special edition re-releases, forget some of the special edition stuff that was kind of hokey or whatever. I mean, imagine taking a movie that's 20, 30 years old and selling theaters out and topping the box office for a couple of weeks on something that's old. Like, that's gone. That ship is sailed, you know? You think if Jim Cameron re-releases Titanic, it's going to pull that kind of... That's one thing about Jim Cameron flicks is, you know, maybe even Aliens, it's kind of esoteric. It's his films, they do really well. They do billions of dollars, but they don't have that sort of cultural conversation that persists beyond the first year or two. Then they just kind of fizzle out, whether we're talking The Abyss, True Lies, Aliens, you know, Avatar, whatever. Avatar's probably had the most staying power only because he seems really pot committed to making Avatar happen worse than fucking Fetch, but whatever. That's a Mean Girls reference if you guys didn't know. You know, but Star Wars is one of those very singular. Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who. There are very few and far between properties, and when you get to shepherd those properties, you do not get to just be like, yeah, I don't want to do what the fuck I want. No, you have to understand the DNA that makes this thing up. Otherwise, you got, I think I made the comment, you got better luck putting Reactor 4 back together at Chernobyl than of rebuilding this fan base. It's not going to happen. It's gone, guys. You put a big fucking sarcophagus over it and you move on.
Yep. And that's why the solution from a lot of the spirit is exactly that. You put it in the vault and you step away 10, 15 years plus. And then maybe you try and come back with OT shit, with original shit. None of this new shit.
Yeah. But like I said, you've done generational damage. You got to skip this upcoming generation and jump to the next generation. That's your only hope, is you got to skip to the next one who doesn't know how fucking terrible it was.
Yep. And then the first thing you do is you eliminate all that new shit from canon. You eliminate all of it. It was a fucking fever dream.
Yep.
Yeah, you have to come out with, like, we're just taking it back and we're starting from this point in the movies and we're forgetting anything else that was made.
Yep. Didn't Disney used to do that with, like, their older movies? Like, they would do the vault releases or whatever. Like, it's coming out of the vault. You could see it for this time, and then it's going back into the vault.
They would supposedly take them out of the vault for, like, a holiday or the summer and then put them back.
You guys remember 101 Dalmatians not every Christmas, but I feel like a lot of Christmases, 101 Dalmatians would come back out in the theaters. You guys remember that?
Yeah, they would. They did a bunch of them. They did like Cinderella a lot.
Cinderella,
also.
yeah, Peter Pan, Robin Hood.
Mm-hmm. And they would release them at the same time every season. And I'm wondering if that's when they were basically originally released, and that's when they did well. But yeah, they would take them all out of the vault.
Deborah, you remember this when they would at milestones like 5, 10, 15.
Yeah, remember? I do. And that's okay to do that. I think that's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't need, 101 Dalmatians part 10. I mean,
Right.
just, that's what gets me. That's what turns me off are all these sequels.
Well,
we don't need an origin story that sympathizes with Cruella de Vil.
Right.
What the fuck was that?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I loved her. I know.
Yeah, I like Emma Stone.
It's not even just that, the sequels. It's the live. Now they're doing all these really bad live action of the originals. It's like, oh, well, we can't do another sequel. Let's do a live action and just, mutilate it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
live action 9 out of 10 isn't even live action. It's bad CGI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Little Mermaid.
Right.
The little catfish.
Yeah. Doing sequels is fun. You want to do a trashy sequel? Okay. Porky's 2, Porky's 3. Okay, fine. You are being that again. It's not a cultural touchstone. You want to make sequels of something like that? Cool. Airplane. You want to make Hot Shots. Whatever. Comedies. Whatever. Because they're low risk. They're relatively low reward. Maybe they enter the zeitgeist. Maybe they don't. Who cares? But with important properties, yeah, you have to understand the gravity of the things that you're doing, and they just don't seem to. I'm kind of on the Giles train. They have to have a shell company somewhere that's shorting the position to make money, because there is no other logical reason. You've been doing it for 10 years. They're a publicly traded company, which means they're in breach of fiduciary obligation, and you could absolutely bring a case against them. So if it's not that, what are we left with? Occam's razor says the most logical remaining choice has to be the one, and it has to be that. Otherwise, because again, just based on ideology, you'd be better served dumping that money into local political elections if you want to affect political change and indoctrinate the kids. You've heard what we do here in Seattle. Your money is better spent there than just setting trillions of dollars over 10 years on fire.
Yep.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, Police Academy.
They sure did, Reed. They sure fucking did.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, Marvel. Take your pick. Marvel, Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who, Lord of the Rings. Fucking take your pick.
Soon to be Harry Potter.
Hey, you soon to be Harry fucking Potter.
Fucking Black Snake. How the
Oh, that thing was funny though.
That was pretty good. Yeah, that was very good. I like that.
Perry Chan outdid himself. That was funny.
Oh, that's the best thing to come out of that fucking is that Black Snake video that Perry Chan did. That jab hits, bro. That shit'll bump in your ride.
Did you see that one, Deborah?
No, I didn't.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, Beast, can you or Sal pull it up?
No, we're gonna get hit with
There's a gun in that. Just FYI, there's a gun in that
that's
video.
True.
Okay.
It's not like we're monetized.
Well, that didn't stop him from butt fucking Sal, did it? I mean, it is Pride Month, but still.
This is such a great group.
Sorry, Deborah.
No,
John, get the fuck out of here, John. Act like you got some sense, bro.
I just think my next trip's gonna be to Seattle, to all the furry parks and the schools, and
Deborah, when you come up here, you come up here when Jay's going to go to the Goonies house. We'll go out to the coast, and then I can take you guys around to cool spots that aren't full of people shitting in litter boxes.
But we could have Donna do a little ghost hunt in the Seattle Underground tour.
There you go.
See the old Seattle that's haunted.
Hey, I know the secret way into the old insane asylum in Tacoma, actually.
Yeah.
Shut up. That would be fun.
That's what we used to do as teenagers, was like go freak ourselves out with the haunted stuff.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's not well known. It's about a quarter-mile walk, but I know where to park and how to get in there so the cops don't see you, and it is full of some wild action.
Wow.
There you go.
Oh.
And I got some ghosty equipment that actually fits in your pockets. We'll just take a walk.
Ghosty equipment.
Yeah, look up Western State Hospital if you want to see what I'm talking about.
Western State Hospital.
Here
Yep,
we go.
Not the new one, the old one.
Okay. Hold on. Western. Is it in Seattle?
No, it's in Tacoma. Well, technically Lakewood, or still. Actually, I think it's Stillicum, but it's in.
Oh, it was a psych facility.
Yeah.
No, this one's in Staunton.
Okay. How cool.
That's a different one.
Actually, let me make sure they didn't destroy it, because the last time I was there was in 2001 or 2002. Excuse me.
Lakewood, Washington.
Yes, that's the one.
Okay.
Established in 1871 on the site of the former Fort Steilacoom.
Fort Stillicum.
Steilacoom. It's Washington's second oldest state-owned psychiatric hospital.
Yeah, but there's so off-site. I don't know if it's still there, but there was the old hospital used to be there. Hang on. I'm looking on the maps to see if it's still there or not, because it's right by the lake. Some of the outbuildings and stuff are still there. No, god dang it. Well, shit. It looks. Well, no. Hang on. Is the old one still there? No, they demolished it. It's now a park.
For furry.
Furry park.
That's the wildest shit I have ever heard. That there really is a park for furry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you search Western State Haunted, it says there's a graveyard holding over 3,200 unnamed individuals.
Wow.
And there's reports of muffled screaming and shadow people. And that's what you would, like, when you went up as a teenager, you would hear, like, screaming, you would see things moving, and yeah, it was crazy.
So there's a big open field on the approach to it, and no shit, when you'd have to park kind of on the side of the road, because they kind of patrolled it, and you had to walk through this field, and it would be like a perfectly clear night at like 11 p.m. midnight, and as you approach the old hospital, it looked kind of like an old mansion.
Yeah.
This fog would just start to envelop. It would just start to envelop you as you would approach it, and you got really, and you get, Donna, you know what I'm talking about. You get that cold, not that like, oh, I'm a little chilly, like that, like.
No, the core cold.
To the bone, yeah.
To the bone, and then, but it's still like 70 degrees out, and you're like, I shouldn't be cold, but I'm cold. Why? Yeah, that type of shit. Unfortunately, I'm looking. It looks like they demolished it to make a parking lot.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You know, we had a spot like that in West Virginia that was an old encampment, and it was called War Ridge, where a lot of Indians were slaughtered. And if you drive out there in the middle of the night and you go and sit, you can still hear the drums and the chanting and the cries and stuff out there.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Yep.
Sorry, didn't mean to derail.
That's all you got? Yep. I was waiting on a ghost story.
Okay.
100 pineapples, something.
Yep.
He's like
I
that
just
old
can't
grandpa
get
that
past-
sits back.
I just
Like
cannot
that old
get
grandpa.
past
Yep.
using a litter box in school. I can't get past.
Oh, there's a ton of ghost shit in Hawaii too, and spiritual stuff. Like
Yeah.
the night markers and whatnot. In like certain places you don't go at certain things.
You know,
Yeah.
Beast, it's funny. I experienced. I mean,
give me just a second. Okay, guys, Spider's got to cut out, but we can keep going if you want.
Oh, sure.
Oh, bye, Spider.
Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta be up work early tomorrow, so
Okay.
Good seeing you, Spider.
Thanks for having
enjoy the
me.
rest of your stream. Talk to you all tomorrow. See you in the Sunday Saloon for Revenge of the Sith at 3:00 p.m. Eastern.
Don't close the
Yeah,
stream.
man. I'll be there.
Bye, Spider.
All right, brother.
All right, Graham, you were up.
So, So I'm by no means Donna as far as being attuned to this shit. I mean, I'm probably more than the average bear, but I'm not like, again, Donna level here. But I experienced way more of that shit on the Big Island than any of the time I spent in Oahu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know King Kamehameha and a lot of that shit was more on the Kona side of the Big Island than anything. Is that why, Beast, or what? Can you speak to any of that?
Yeah, it's just where it's stronger. Yeah, like where things happen is always there's more of a presence. Yeah, like how Don was saying. So like Oahu has become more like metropolitan, more cityfied, for lack of a better term.
Sure, no, 100% it has. It's like Vegas in the Pacific.
Yeah, there's still stuff here. So like the Poly, and that's like where Kamehameha came and pushed the opposing army over, like literally over a Poly, off the cliff. Yeah. So and then like on Maui, there's a lot of stuff too, like EL Valley. So the story is that it ran red with blood for days after the battle. Like days, the water was red with blood.
Yeah. The west side of Haleakala, for whatever reason, man, I just got a bad feeling.
Yeah.
And that's probably why.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, trust you got, right? I mean, whatever your beliefs are, if you go someplace and you start getting a hinky feeling, get the fuck out, right?
Right. That's me.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. I mean, I haven't come across a whole lot of stuff that's given me truly bad vibes. Just like I very rarely ever come across stuff that truly freaks me out. You know, like the Skinwalker.
What is? I don't know what that is.
Skinwalker? Oh.
I don't.
You're in for
Go ahead, Graham.
No, this is all you, man. Hey, no. I've been told I talk a lot. You take this one.
I do talk a lot when it comes to paranormal. Those are hard to explain from a Native American standpoint. The Skinwalkers, what we believe is they're a form of shapeshifter that inhabits the earth, and like around the Appalachian Mountains, they're actually also known as shapeshifters because they inhabit the woods. Look, she's already got this what the fuck face.
You ever heard of a Wendigo?
Like, what?
You ever heard of the Wendigo, Debra?
They're along, yeah.
The what?
Wendigo?
I've heard that, but I don't really know what it is.
Like Wendigo's Algonquin, right, Donna?
I believe so, yeah.
Rage would know.
So Skinwalker, it's just another
basically,
form they are, or
there's different there's different explanations as to what Skinwalkers are. Like on the Navajo side, or Navajo, they believe that they're malevolent witches who they possess the ability to shapeshift. There are other folklore that it's tribesmen that shapeshift. And then like on the, I believe it's the Apache side, that the Skinwalkers are actually entities in the woods that shapeshift.
Oh. Okay. What are those that like, this is my biggest fear. Not of going and being scared or see, but the ones that can like attach to you and come home with you.
Oh, those are different types of things. There's several things that can attach to you.
I don't want that. I don't want that ever. Never.
Oh no, baby. When I go ghost hunting, I even make little cachets. I make a protection oil. I make all of it because when we go, like when we were doing ghost hunts at people's houses, I would take the protection oil and stuff with us and different types of things
Because I don't want them coming home with me.
Well, like at one house that we were at, it was what I felt was so bad as they.
Hold on,
they
Donna. Hold on, Donna. John, you're a fucking idiot. Stop it. Okay, go ahead. John.
When we pulled up,
Sure.
and I didn't know anything about the house at the time, and I pulled out a bottle of protection oil, and I looked at him. I said, "You slather that shit on like suntan oil, because the protection stones you have in your pocket aren't going to do shit." And they're just looking at me. They're like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "A lot of bad shit has happened in this house." And my friend Russ was like, "We haven't even walked in the door yet." And I'm like, "I don't need to." And it turned out that the person that had lived there apparently was a devil worshiper. And he used to keep animals upstairs locked in because he did sacrifices in his house. And she flipped that straight off at me.
No, not at you. You're my best friend. That was John Ambler. Okay.
But well, everybody flips off John, you know.
Yeah. You're my best friend in the whole wide world.
But yeah, he was doing sacrifices and stuff in the house. And when he disappeared, nobody ever found the body. No, he just vanished. And nobody ever knew what happened to him. Yeah. But
So
yeah,
we gotta have Debra on for a paranormal street.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm so knowledgeable, the beast. I'm so knowledgeable.
You're gonna be the one that's you're gonna be part of the reactionary crew with Spider.
Yeah, you and Spider can freak the fuck out.
React. Spider just sits there like, and I just curse and drink. I mean, I don't know what to do.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Deborah, I've got a warding talisman that was given to me by a witch that used to go to Gabe's elementary school. So I'll give it to you if you ever come up here.
There you go.
That's a good thing.
Yes.
Donna?
John,
yes.
I love you too, John. You know, John and I argue and fight in every stream we're in, but we're like best buddies. Don't tell him.
Donna can give you the 411 on a warding talisman.
Yeah, that's my thing is, why did they suddenly give it to you?
I'd been sick for a long time, and she thought it was spirit related.
Oh, could have been. You could have had an
I didn't have the heart to tell her I was actually WDing from fentanyl.
Yeah.
Well,
that'll do
it. If everybody calls their demon something different, she must have thought it was a real demon, you know, not a drug-induced one.
Right.
Oh my God. Okay, so Graham and Amy, you have a child that goes to school.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell me he uses a litter box.
She's never going to let that go.
I just can't get through. I've never, ever heard of anything that stupid, ridiculous in my life.
No, he goes to, well.
Yeah, no, we keep him very informed of everything. We've always been really open with him. So he actually will like excuse himself from the classroom and usually calls Graham and is like, "Do you know what they're talking about? Do you know what the teacher's saying? This is what they're saying. What should I do?" So he is very aware and just stays clear of it all and lets us know when stuff's happening.
That's a shame that he's got to do that, you know?
Yeah.
It's sad.
I know, but that's so good though that he trusts you too and is raised.
Yes. Well, the other thing is I wouldn't say like big trouble, but it's gotten him in a little bit of trouble because he's autistic, so there's no filter. It's just if you think I have no filter, you should talk to my son. You're gonna hear whatever he's thinking, and there's been a couple of times where they brought up, we're going to talk about the multiple genders of blah, blah, blah. And one time he slammed his hands down on the desk and in his best Peter Griffin impersonation goes, "Oh my God, who the hell cares?" The class thought it was fucking hilarious. The teacher, to the principal's office.
Yeah.
and he's gotten in some spats with the teachers and shit. And one kid was Alexis, and then they're like, "This is Alex," and Gabe's like, "That's Alexis," and they're like, "No, he wants to go by Alexis," and Alex, and he goes, "That's Alexis. That's a chick. She's not a dude." And they were like, "You need to go to the principal's office because you're not respecting." And he goes, "Okay, but she's still a woman." Like, again,
Good for him.
He had a non-binary teacher that introduced herself as Mix, whatever last name, instead of Mrs. or Mr. It's Mix.
And he goes,
and because he's very black and white, he's like, "Can you say that again? Can you say that again?" And they kind of started to get offended, but he truly didn't understand. And yeah, so they had to explain it, and he's just sitting there like,
it was actually a step further than that. First, he goes, "I didn't hear you," and she goes, "My name is Mix." Her name, and he goes, "So you're a chick?" And she goes, "No, I'm non-binary, and my name is Mix." And he goes, "So you're a chick."
Oh, I love it. Listen, I have a great nephew that's autistic, and they do that. They're so genuine and so honest.
Yes.
Like whatever they're thinking is going to come out, and
no guile.
I love that. Oh, you guys are amazing parents. Thank you.
Well, we try.
Yeah,
we try. The school he goes to is actually almost an hour away from here because it's where he was registered when he was in elementary school, and routine is very specific with autistic kids, and we wanted to keep him in the same system, and it's required some finagling, let's say, with district transfers and things. But at one point, man, Amy was driving 200 miles a day between dropping him off at school, going to work, and coming home. So
wow.
Yeah. Thankfully, those days are behind us. But yeah, we put some.
No, I still have to go into work a couple days a week. In those days, I drive.
Yeah, poor Amy works
hours.
in downtown Seattle a couple days a week, which is not awesome.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we have the most dangerous McDonald's in the world. They call it McStabbies. Look it up. The highest fatality rate of any McDonald's in the world is in Seattle.
Really?
Yeah, 3rd and Pine McDonald's. They call it McStabbies.
Damn. Well, on that note, I came in late, but I have to jet, unfortunately.
Yeah,
and I'm the ender of the stream. So
yeah, we're going.
Let's go do some quick outros. Definitely want to have Miss Debra back on at some point. Miss Debra, I'll let you link up with your best friend Donna, and we can have you back on. We'll stick you on somewhere. Let's go. Just go right around. Grab me, Amy. What y'all got going on?
Sounds like I'm coming on Sunday for the Rise of the Sith. Yeah, Donna?
Correct.
And then Monday. And then back same time, same bat channel next week here.
Mm-hmm.
And Wednesday, right? Y'all coming on Wednesday for Jurassic Park, right?
Fuck yeah, next Wednesday, the Jurassic Park stream,
Yeah,
baby.
you have to come on. We're all dinosaurs. You have to come on.
We doing some dinosaur shit.
Oh God, how do you potty as dinosaurs? Okay, never mind.
Yeah, but I made a whole intro and stuff. Go look it up on my page. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, with the trikes. Yeah, that's fucking awesome. I love that intro.
Yeah. Y'all is the only one that wouldn't stay anthropomorphic, but I was like, fuck it, looks cool as hell. So yeah.
I'm always the problem. I don't know why. I'm like, my character wants to roll into the fire. The trike wants to, I don't know why.
Your dinosaur does have your Lorax mustache. I thought it was funny as hell.
I saw that.
Miss Debra Perkins, what you got going on, sis?
Listen, guys, thank you. First of all, thank you so much for having me on. And I'm so sorry I misunderstood the time. I don't know what. I don't know. But anyway, but thank you for letting me be here. It's been so much fun meeting Graham and Amy. And I love their stories and their crazy city stuff. Oh, my gosh. I'm really nobody, nothing. I'm on Malty stream every Sunday night, sometimes during the week, but I'm just a mod in a lot of streamers' streams, and I just talk shit. That's all I do.
Pretty much. That's how we met.
Yeah, that is how we met. Donna and I met at MegaCon in Orlando, and I was so happy to meet you, Donna, by the way, and it was so fun. It was so fun seeing everybody. I'm always on Beardo and X-Wing streams, Cole Hauser a lot, Mo Zamboni, what's his name? The real tall, skinny guy. Oh my God, Nagranol. Yeah, I'm a mod for him. Well, I was probably not now, but anyway, I just show up in streams and talk shit and chat. That's all I do.
Yeah, we gotta get John and Debra on the same stream together, bro.
Yeah,
that is an epic time.
Well, he's here in chat. Love my John. Don't tell him I said that out loud.
We'll do it on a Monday, and then we'll bring Amy on that Monday, and we'll have a big old round table.
A big old.
Yeah. All right, Donna Doc, what's up, sis?
The 7th, we got Revenge of the Sith to wrap up the prequels. The 8th, we are doing a Star Wars tier of the only 6 Star Wars movies that exist, and Spaceballs, and that's going to be with Comics Dad. And
oh,
yeah,
I know Comics Dad. I'm a mod for Comics Dad. I'm sorry, go ahead.
You're good. The 10th is we're celebrating the anniversary of Jurassic Park. So Graham, Amy, John Ambler will be on. So Debra, if you want to pop on for Jurassic Park, you're welcome.
Maybe that's my birthday.
Oh,
hey, happy birthday!
Come on, man. We'll get hammered. It'll be fun.
I know, right?
Come on.
I am busy.
We'll do a drunken Jurassic Park stream.
Beast knows I can do drunken shit, right, Beast? Oh my God.
Yeah. We're gonna get a lot of listen, John. Listen. Don't be a jackass. But I love you, though. I love you, John.
I love you. But when I get drunk, this accent gets even more Texan. Like you don't know.
Well, shoot.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
Yeah. It takes
yeah. I'm Beastman Ultraman Productions. Sorry about being late today. Apparently I got the time mixed up as well, Debra, so don't feel bad.
Okay. See?
Anyway, y'all can follow me over there. Tell the ones that you love them. And as always, remain blessed. We are out of here, y'all.
Peace out, everybody.